must be familiar with copper as an element used to make pennies and electrical wires, but did you know that it can also refer to an essential mineral that your body needs to function properly? That's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video and try to understand what consequences you could have if you are copper deficient. Copper is a trace mineral that plays a role in your digestive, immune, and nervous systems. It also helps in keeping your bones strong and healthy, or maintaining good balance and muscle coordination. As a trace mineral, you only need copper in small, regular amounts, and an adequate supply of it can be derived from almost every food that you eat. Simply having a balanced diet that includes carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, and minerals can provide you with enough copper to keep going. However, there are instances when you need to consume more copper to avoid hypocupemia or copper deficiency. In this video, you will learn some of the signs and symptoms of copper deficiency that you shouldn't overlook, because hypocupemia may be a rare condition, but once it hits you, it can be more dangerous than you think. Number 1. Constantly feeling weak and tired. Some minerals in your body work together to perform related functions. In this case, copper helps in the absorption of iron, which is needed in carrying oxygen to the tissues and other parts of your body. When you have copper deficiency, iron is not properly absorbed and you may develop another condition called iron deficiency anemia. For a detailed discussion of what iron deficiency anemia is, we'll leave the link to the separate video that we made about the same topic. As a result, your body lacks the oxygen it needs to create energy and therefore makes you weak and sluggish. Getting tired easily can be a sign that you have a copper deficiency, and in order to correct this, you need to consume more copper from your diet. Some of the foods rich in copper include organ meats such as cooked beef liver and lamb liver, which contains 458% and 99% of copper per serving, respectively. You may also try eating 6 pieces of oysters, which have 133% of copper and are known to be one of the best copper-rich seafood. Number 2. Getting sick more often. Not only does copper improve your metabolism and bones, but also your immune health. Copper is needed in producing immune cells that help your body fight infections and protect you from certain diseases. Your white blood cell count reduces when your copper levels decrease, and this gives you a weaker immune system that leads to frequent sickness. Copper deficiency also reduces the number of neutrophils, which comprise 55 to 70% of your white blood cells and lead your immune system's response to infections. So, if you want to avoid getting sick more often, consider talking to your doctor about the underlying causes of it, because copper deficiency may be one of them. In addition to oysters, you may also eat lobsters and squids to suffice the amount of copper in your diet. Getting frequently sick is a hassle in a busy life. How often do you get sick? Let us know in the comments below and share how you combat sickness in your daily life. Number 3. Brittle bones. Weak and brittle bones have been linked to osteoporosis, as proven by an analysis of many studies. For instance, over 2,000 participants who had osteoporosis were found to have low copper levels as compared to healthy adults. In addition, copper is also needed in creating crosslinks in your bones, which make sure that you have healthy and strong bones. Some studies among children have shown that hypocupemia may lead to metabolic bone diseases. It was also found that children with normal bone mineral density, or BMD, tend to have higher copper levels than those with low BMD. Taking a sufficient amount of copper can prevent your chances of getting osteoporosis as you get older. Since copper deficiency causes brittle bones, it may also affect your balance and coordination. You may experience difficulty in walking straight and steadily if the signals between your brain and body are not relayed properly. Copper helps enzymes in the process called spinal cord insulation, which involves sending signals from your brain to the rest of your body. Walking is a movement that's heavily affected by these signals, and if you're copper deficient, you may walk unsteadily as well. To prevent this from happening, you have to increase your copper intake by eating some meat and fish. If you're not fond of those, you may also get copper from nuts and seeds like cashew nuts and sunflower seeds. It is also present in mushrooms, almonds, and other leafy vegetables. Number 4. Memory and learning problems. Difficulty in learning and memory problems may also be a result of copper deficiency, since copper is also responsible for brain development. According to Healthline, there are 12 cuproenzymes that need a sufficient amount of copper to function. They include enzymes that help in supplying energy to the brain and relaying signals throughout the body. Copper also aids in the brain's defense system and helps prevent Alzheimer's disease. It was found that people with Alzheimer's have less copper levels by up to 70% than those who don't. To avoid this, you should really eat one yummy option: chocolate. No wonder it is said that chocolate is a great option to boost your learning and avoid memory problems, as 100 grams of dark chocolate contain 88% of copper. Number 5. Pale skin and premature hairs. Have you ever noticed your scalp growing some gray hairs even if you're still young? Or do you have an unusually pale skin that makes you insecure? Copper deficiency may also affect your skin and hair color through the pigment called melanin. Melanin is responsible for giving color to your skin and hair depending on the amount of it that you have in your body. It is believed that people who have lower melanin levels tend to have lighter skin, while those who have high levels of melanin tend to have a darker complexion. Some enzymes that produce melanin need copper to function properly, so if you are copper deficient, you might manifest these two symptoms. Just take note that more human-based research is needed to prove the relationship between copper deficiency and pale skin. To make sure you don't experience these two, incorporate copper-rich foods in your meal or consider copper supplementation. These are a few common symptoms that may happen if you are copper deficient, but what causes copper deficiency in the first place? Well, copper deficiency usually happens when you suffer from celiac disease, have undergone surgeries involving your digestive tract, or consume too much zinc. Celiac disease is an autoimmune disorder that affects the small intestines, and it's often caused by the protein gluten. Some of the signs and symptoms of celiac disease are diarrhea, bloating, and anemia. Zinc supplementation may cause copper deficiency because both the minerals compete for absorption in your stomach. Zinc normally takes the lead, and copper gets the least chance of getting absorbed. So if you think you are consuming too much zinc, you may also consider augmenting your copper intake to avoid deficiency. Hypocupremia signs and symptoms may be similar to vitamin B12 deficiency, so you better consult your doctor before medicating to make sure that you won't bark at the wrong tree. We hope that after this video, you learned a bit more about copper and the importance of this supplement. If you enjoyed it, I would really appreciate it if you may like this video and click the red subscribe button below. If you still have time, check out the most common symptoms of iron deficiency anemia that we mentioned earlier in this video. Trust me, I would not believe some of those symptoms myself. Give it a go and let us know if you enjoyed them.